Hey everybody, my name is Case Duckworth. I am a library technician at the East Baton Rouge Parish Library. I work in the Career Center and I also work in the Small Business Services Department, which is where I'm taking you today on another of our series of tours in the services that we at the Small Business Services provide. So just to get started, I'm here at our LibGuide. You can get there from our website. You can watch earlier videos. We had to see how to get there from our website. Or of course, you can just go to this URL, ebrpl.libguides.com/small business. I'll also put a link in the description below this video to make it easy. And so today I'm going to talk to you about a resource that we've had for a while. It's called Data Axle. Currently, it used to be called Reference USA. So I might slip up and call it Reference USA during this video. The URL is still referenceusa.com. So yeah, it's a rebrand, but I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's a great tool regardless of what the name is. So yeah, I'm just going to click on it here. And this is what it looks like right here. So, and yeah, if you're outside of the East Baton Rouge Public Libraries, kind of, if you're not a patron here, I don't think it's available for you. We actually have, this is one of those that it's available for our patrons. So this is for y'all. If you're watching it from elsewhere on YouTube, hello. I hope you get something out of it, or maybe your library has it. Check with them. Call your local library and find out. So yeah, so this is a great tool. We actually use this in the reference department. If somebody calls and asks for like somebody's phone number or for a business's phone number or address or something, because it has like the white pages, people's phone numbers and addresses, and also the yellow pages here, the US business stuff. So it's great for that if you just want to look up phone numbers or addresses or something, but it's also really good if you're starting a business. So let's think of a pretend business we're going to start. I want to say, okay, so let's pretend we're looking into starting like kind of a boutique bespoke print shop, right? We're going to make like letterpress cards. Maybe we'll do a little screen printing on the side, right? Stuff like that, right? It's going to be really boutique and fun and fancy. So we're doing that. We want to know what kind of businesses are already here, right? What kind of people are already doing that kind of business here? Where are they? And also maybe look into what kind of consumers would want to buy that, right? See what the consumer base is to see where we want to locate our business within town, within the parish, and see what we can do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look in US businesses here. Now, this is a basic search thing. This is, really basic. You can just search for it. This is if you want to find a specific business. This is, again, the phone number thing is great for this, but we don't want to do that. We want to go to the advanced search tab here. So this advanced search, you can really drill down into the specifics of what businesses you're looking for, really narrow it down and see what it looks like in your specific area. So let's do that. So like for this, we don't care about the company name or the executive, any of this. You can do name, title, gender, or ethnicity. We do want to look at the keyword and the major industry group. We also want to look at this geography-based search. And like I said, you can get it pretty broad, city and state, or you can get even as narrow as what neighborhood it's in. So it's really wide here. If you know you want to be in mid-city in Baton Rouge, you could search for that, But yeah, phone number, we don't really care again. We could look for number of employees if you're looking for maybe a different business, like a mid-sized print shop, and you say, okay, maybe a number of employees between 10 and 50 or 10 and 25 or something. It is also has the type of company, right? Public or private, if it's a government office, if it's a branch of a foreign company or something. You can also look, in terms of their ticker symbol, credit rating, or all sorts of special stuff too. Like, now we have social sites, we have yellow page ad size. I mean, you can get, if you want to, you can get really specific with it. You can also omit searches here. So what you do is you click on one of these. So I'm going to click on this keyword, and you can search for keywords here, and then it'll show you what NAICS number or SICS number shows up in under that keyword, or if you know the numbers you're looking for, you can do that here too. I'll be honest, I kind of came up with the print shop thing while making this video, so I don't know the NAICS number. If you already have one, obviously you would look for that number. But I'm just going to search for prints, and let's see what we have. Yeah, so printers we'd look for, print shops we'd look for, printmaking workshops we could look for. So yeah, this, I mean, as you can see, it gets really specific. Manufacturer stationery, I don't know if we want that. But let's see. Also wholesale, I don't want that because again, this is a boutique thing. We're gonna do retail. It's gonna be a retail print shop pretty much. Let's see here. Let's look for maybe letterpress. Let's see if they have that. Yeah, pretty similar stuff. So yeah, so I think these three should be fine. And I'm just going to also narrow this down to the city and state of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I can search for city and state. It's Baton Rouge, and it shows up. And you just click on this, and then it's going to go to your selected box on the right here. If you click on one too many, like say if if there's another town like let's say we were in Houston, there's a couple of different Houstons. If you accidentally click on a few, you can click them over here, and it'll get rid of them for you. So yeah, we just want to look for Baton Rouge. And the thing I really like about this search, before you view the results here, you can update the count. So like right now, this is every business that they have in their database. That's 15 million. That's way too many, but we can update it. Okay, there's 78 people, 78 businesses in Baton Rouge, right, that match these three things. So let's look at those. So reviewing the results. And this is all of them here. Well, this is the first 25. The one thing about this tool is it only shows 25 at a time. And I think even if you want to like print these, yeah, you can only print 25 at a time. So you can select all of them here and then print them. But that's only the 25 that you just did. So it's kind of annoying. You have to go to the next page down here, go to the next page, go to the next page, do it over and over. So that's another reason why you kind of want to narrow that search down. But yeah, so there's all of them. So like if you wanted to maybe make a phone call list with these people and ask them, if you want, if you really are just starting to do research, you could call and ask them, hey, how do you do your business? What would you recommend? Something like that, right? You can do that. Or you can do, if you kind of know what you want to do already, and you want to see where would be a good spot to go, you can click this heat map, which is this is a fun little thing. And this shows you where they all are. And actually, if you zoom out a little, it'll show you, so you can see like this red part here, there's a lot of print shops in this area. There's a lot here, there's a lot here, but like there's not as many down here in South Baton Rouge, or as many out here in West Baton Rouge, or East Baton Rouge, sorry. Or like up here, there's hardly any in North Baton Rouge. So that might be a good spot to open up your new print shop, right? That's somewhere to maybe look, because there wouldn't be that much competition there. But so yeah, and this is just a big list down here, and it kind of just shows you all of these. It also gives you the top 50 results by zip code. So you can see most are in 70809 zip code. There's only one in 70805, etc. You kind of get that. You can also generate a heat map for the sales volume, which is pretty handy. So it looks like this print shop right here, I think that's where, oh, what's the name of that one called? Yeah, First Graphics. I thought it was Vivid Ink. It might be, well, because Vivid Ink, I think, is like right, it's around in this area somewhere. Anyway, I used to be a printer, so I know a little bit about the industry. Hardly, honestly, not enough to say anything, but I was just wondering if that was what it was. Apparently not. But yeah, so you can search by sales volume, or you can also search by the number of employees. So it's the same kind of thing, right? You can see, oh, here's a print shop with a lot of employees, or maybe just a bunch of employees in this area. So that's another thing you can kind of look around and see, kind of figure out where you want to target. Where's a good location for what you're trying to do. You can also look in summary, which kind of shows account breakdown by the different codes, the sales volume or employee size, or you can show a geography breakdown by 3-digit zip, 5-digit zip. Yeah, you can see that. So let's just look here. This is kind of a little chart, and it just shows, okay, there out of all of these companies that you found, there's one with 100 to 250 employees. Um, there's 38 with 1 to 4 employees. So kind of just shows you that breakdown there. So, and that's just more data for you to kind of figure out what you're looking at. And there's other stuff here with charts. Feel free to, I mean, obviously play around with this and go into it, really look at those. Let's just look at charts real quick here. Yes, there's a summary report. So this shows 66 US businesses, top 7 zip codes. These are all the ones that match the search. And this shows you, okay, there's 20. So you see here is just a bar graph. Instead of the chart that was on there before, there's a bar graph. Same thing with this. Instead of a chart, it's a pie graph. But yeah, so kind of however you feel, you can best look at that information. That's how you can do that. So let's go back here and let's look at the consumers and lifestyle section. So again, you can search here. We don't really care about the basic search or the quick search. We want to look at this advanced search, and it's similarly laid out. There's the thing on the left with the different things you can filter by, and then you're going to filter in the middle, and then you can update the count and view results at the top. So let's see. So the first thing I have selected for you is contacts per household. So if you want to look at it, how many households could my business reach? You can click 1 per household. If it's how many people, you can do all. That's going to depend on what kind of business you have. For this print thing, I'm thinking 1 per household because yeah, if people are getting married or something and they want these nice little things, that's going to be 1 per household. So I'm going to look at that. Something you might want to do all per household might be if you're looking at like franchising a fast food restaurant or something, then that might be to look at where you want to go. That might be a good idea because, family goes to McDonald's or something, they're going to order food for everyone. So, but yeah, so you can search again by name, phone, area code. We're going to look again in city and state. So we're going to search for Baton Rouge. It goes over there. And then we're going to look into, let's see, lifestyles. So I'm thinking for my boutique print shop business, I probably so this is where you kind of have, there's some kind of massaging of what you think might be it. Plus, I mean, if you played around with this, if you thought, oh, maybe this one thing, but then you see, oh no, that's not a lot. There's a whole lot more people who are interested in this other thing in the area. Maybe you could tweak your business idea to bring in those consumers, right? So for this, I'm thinking you can also click on these pluses to expand these. I'm thinking maybe home decorating, maybe, some bespoke posters or something. I'm also thinking possibly photography. Somebody's an enthusiast, maybe. That would be hard to do with letterpress, but I'm thinking maybe we could have a regular, like a digital press and then put letterpress on top. And if you are a printer who's watching and I am just spouting nonsense, I do apologize. This is just for, example. Let's see. Let's just try that for now. Yeah, I want to keep with this for now because what I really want to look at is marital status because I think I could really get weddings. So let's stick with single for that. And also let's look at, so I mean, you can really break this down by, religion, gender, political party. If you think you have a business where you think that's going to matter, you can filter by that too. So let's see here. I think we're good. And again, you can always look at it. So let's see, update count. There was 11,000 of those records. That sounds okay. So let's look at that. So let's view results. So now we're going to, this is a different because there are a lot more results. We're gonna have like a summary, right, of the results here. So let's see. We can do a chart, a matrix, or a table. So a chart is going to be, I think, just the, it's going to compare like 2 data elements in like a chart. Yeah, like a line graph. A matrix lets you compare your selection in columns and rows. And a table is, it lets you do a home value and income with geographies. You can kind of see the tally of stuff. So actually, let's look at table. We don't care about marital status because these are all single because we searched people who are specifically single already. So let's go with estimated home income and just in no maybe location type. And then yeah, geography by 5-digit zip. So let's show a summary. Here we are again. Okay. So, okay, here we go. So if you want to go back to the summary, you can change this stuff here to look at. So like if we wanted to look at marital status, well, if we want to look at, let's say homeowner and estimated home income, then we could show a summary of that. And so, yeah. So see, this breaks it down by whether they're a homeowner or not and the zip code and how many people are in that area. So with this, so like under $20,000 in 70802, there's 410. That's the highest, I think, in this one. It looks like, I think it sorts them first by, yeah, so this is sorting them by the household income. You can also sort by record count, right? So this sorts by that. You can click on it twice to, yeah, so this is the most number under 20,000 is a homeowner. There's 410 people of those. But there's 153 households that make 100,000 to 125,000 that are also a homeowner in this zip code. So this is where, if you're looking for something like a boutique thing, maybe you want somebody who's making more money. You'd want to look maybe in 70808 zip code, maybe 70816 zip code, stuff like that. So that's just one example of what you can do. Let's see what else we have here. So I went back to revise the search. Oh, and they're also interested, remember, in home decorating, furnishing, and photography. So that was really specific. So if we take these off and maybe change it to, maybe you want to get into the gift market, so gift givers, right? So people who like giving gifts. And let's try business office supplies too, just to have it. So we're doing that, but this time let's look at it in a matrix. We can compare, let's say, estimated home income with the 5-digit zip. Say, here's a matrix. So it's kind of similar, but not exactly. This is a slightly different view on the data. So you can see here down the left side, it goes every zip code in the area, and it has every zip code and breaks it down. How many people make under $20,000 in each zip code? How many and all the way up? So it looks like in 400,000 to 400,999, there's only one household that makes that much. There's only so many people it could be. But so, oh, and I think this, yeah, that scrolls it. So you see this weird cursor, it just scrolls it. Okay. But so there's one of those, and where do they live? They live in 70810. So there you go. You really want to sell to this one household, you can do that. There's also the total number of people in each of those, and there's a total number of people in each bracket too. So again, let's say if you wanted to target between 60,000 and maybe 200,000, you can look here and kind of eyeball and look and see. It looks like these are pretty good. Here's 70808, 09, and 10, maybe 16, 17, 18, and 15 also, right? So these are decent areas. Maybe you could look in those to see where you want to go. You can also, of course, export this to a Excel spreadsheet or print it out, so you can keep it for your own records. But yeah, so that's kind of the basics of this. You can remove things by clicking remove. There's also search tips on these, which aren't loading, which is great. Maybe they can load if you search for something. Hopefully they'll have that fixed. But yeah, so I don't know if you noticed also, so these include information that's considered sensitive data. So you can't like just look at all of the people's names, phone numbers, email addresses, because that's people who live here who, yeah, so you can't just look at those people. But you can look at kind of an aggregate view. So yeah, that's, for privacy's sake. I mean, it is all public data. It's all public information, or else it wouldn't be on here. But I think, yeah, I'm personally glad they do that. I'm sure you as a consumer are glad that they do that. But yeah, so if you want more interesting stuff, more specific stuff like that, you can try going back and just looking at the white pages. you can try searching for specific people in specific zip codes here. I'm not going to do that again because of um, privacy, data privacy, but you can do that. Like if you want to build a mailing list or something to, or yeah, mailing list to kind of mail out flyers or something like that. Of course, that is obviously subject to the laws and regulations in your area. So make sure that you're following those. Just saying that to begin with. So, but yeah, that's kind of the basic stuff on Data Axle for if you're looking to start a business. There's a lot of other stuff on here too. There's historical businesses where you can look at specific, I mean, this is like specifically businesses that were active in a certain year at that time. So, if you're trying to build your business plan and you're trying to show the bank or, your investor, um, like this is a good idea for a business because there's been a boutique print shop in Baton Rouge, for this many years. I mean, it worked. It's just, how many are there now or whatever. So that's a good idea too to start your research. It's pretty much the same thing though. You're going to search by here, search by year, and it'll show you the stuff and all of that. So that's that. There's also new businesses if you want to see maybe what your competition would be. And these are all businesses that just began in the last 6 months. I'm just doing a quick search here. But yeah, so here's all the businesses that started in the last 6 months in Baton Rouge. So they're all here. I guess let me show, I'm going to go to the East Baton Rouge Public Library, Parish Library. I keep messing that up. But to show you just, you can also click, on the business. You can also click on the business's name to look at really specific stuff about them. So you can see, it has a metro area, census block group. I mean, all of that stuff. You got the phone number, if they have a fax available or toll free. The cool thing I like is this is even hooked into Indeed. So if maybe the business doesn't work out, you can find a job. Who knows? Even though these aren't specifically for the library, so maybe this is just a way that they hang out with Indeed, possible. But they also have, how many employees are there, the type of business, their full credit report you can buy from Experian, all that stuff. Your mileage may vary. This I know for a fact is very wrong. This is not how many employees are at this location. This is our location. We have way more than 19 employees, so your mileage may vary. But you can also see here, they talk about kind of the finances. We don't have a sales volume because we're not, we're a government entity, but if you look for an actual business, it'll be there. But yeah, so it just has a whole lot of data. If you want to look at a specific business, you can do that as well. So yeah, that's all of that. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's kind of just an overview of Data Axle. Like I said, also called Reference USA. You can see up here, they still have a URL. Not sure when that'll change, but you can always get there from the library's website. So anyway, hope this was useful for you. If you have any questions, feel free, of course, always to give us a call or send us an email at the phone number or email address provided on the screen. I'll also put them in the details in the video description. But yeah, other than that, good luck with starting your business, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.